We have a scaredy cat. Are you so scared? I am not stepping off this carpet. So fun fact, when we bought our house, we had no idea about all of the flooding that occurs here on our property. It was never disclosed to us, and we were in for a rude awakening the first very bad storm that we had, because all of the water came up and it was much higher than it is this time. Now, I think the rain is supposed to stop here in maybe the next 30 to 40 minutes, so it should not get too much worse. It has rained probably about 2 hours now, and our back is probably going to continue rising. I will keep an update or keep an eye on that and keep you updated. All right, so about 10 minutes later. You are just not a happy kitty, are you? I think she's really scared. It's okay. So if you notice, we have a pond over here behind our trampoline, and then it creeps around. It's slowly coming closer and closer, and it keeps traveling farther. And I'm not sure, but you can probably hear the rushing. Back over there we have an additional water movement. Okay, so a few problems with our property and the water flow. The previous homeowners put in a pond off of the existing creek that was here on the property, and because of that they increased the flow of water without increasing the output location. So they did add a small spillway. However, it is not enough to keep the water that is coming in moving out. So that is why it relocates to our backyard, if you will. Unfortunately, like I mentioned before, we have had flooding almost up to our house, which is no good. When we were redoing the kitchen, we were ripping up layers of flooring, and we saw evidence of water and or mold, which is the result of water, on the original flooring. And we were curious as to why that was, and we realized after our first flood that the water had at one point flooded through the house.
All the way, look at that. All the way that. Yeah, by the way, the nest.
Yeah, I don't like. It's been about 2 days since our storm. The water has mostly subsided and we have very minimal damage. Thankfully, the water goes away just about as quickly as it comes, and I am always reminded of the scripture that says his mercies are new every morning. We have a beautiful sunset here on our property, just as we get to watch so many days and so many nights out of the year, and the storm is long gone. I didn't even venture over here while we were in the midst of the storm, but this area seems to be the most affected area by all of the floodwaters, mainly because this portion of our property is fed by a creek that is farther up the way, and it is too much water for this small area. Now, we do have a tin horn, and this is the road that leads up to our shop. The tin horn is clear. It is not filled with debris. However, the amount of water that comes through is too much for the tin horn, so it does always crest this road, and we have finally some damage to this area. We are going to have to repair this at some point in the near future. Just for reference, when we first bought our property, the entire tin horn was covered with dirt, and that's just how much water erodes dirt and gravel. And that's just the power of water, which is crazy to me. Again, thankfully we have no damage necessarily. We just have some labor that needs to be done. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.